Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. And on this edition, we'll be talking about the band Torche. Starting back in 2004, this Miami doom pop outfit has consistently put out quality, powerful records. Instead of sticking to the metal genre, Torche pushes to completely be themselves while writing music, while still wearing their influences on their sleeves in a great way. They've gone on record to say that you can call their music anything but metal, so I'm going to try to do that here. Taking bits and pieces of stoner, sludge, hardcore, and even grunge, Torche carries a unique sound wherever they go. With a bunch of full lengths, EPs, singles, splits, they have a lot of material under their belt. So, as per usual, I'll be suggesting 2 albums and 3 individual tracks that I think you should be listening to if you want to break down the kickin' discography of Torche. Let's start things off with the albums. The first Torche album to check out is their 2008 release, Neanderthal. Harnessing their signature sound that grapples sludge metal and morphs it to a near-pop soundscape, Neanderthal is overflowing with reverb and catchy hooks. On a song like Grenade, the drawn-out vocals in the hook are mesmerizing, while the guitar riffs shake you so hard it feels like there's an earthquake happening beneath you. It's powerful but not overpowering, something that Torche has perfected over the years. Healer is the real hit off Neanderthal. A straightforward banger, Healer takes heavy influence from bands like Caius. The guitars drive the track while Steve Brooks speeds through the lyrics with methodical precision. On Without a Sound, Torche shows off their technical prowess with some proficient guitar riffs that shine above the muddled and fuzzed bass line. It's smart and creative, proving that stoner metal can be more than just a few chords and a crazy pedal setup. I know that I only highlighted 3 songs here, but Neanderthal is a fantastic body of work with some incredibly fun tunes. It's easily the best place to start off with when looking into Torche. The next album to listen to is Admission, their latest LP. With a much cleaner production approach, Admission is efficient in its messiness. For instance, on Slide, there is a sense of purpose for every drum fill, guitar smudge, and bass burst. Even though the song is less than 3 minutes long, it has the feeling of when your shoe gets stuck in the mud while you're on a run. It's a really cool experience. Well, the music part of it, not really the shoe with the mud. That's not great. The title track, Admission, is the clear pop standout from this record. With the glimmering guitar strokes mixed with the grounded bass, it's an otherworldly sound that still feels familiar. Once again, a powerful song that isn't overpowering, the Torche specialty, if you will. Towards the end of the record, Infierno is the sonic equivalent of Entering Hell, which makes a lot of sense given the song's name. The pedals are at 11, the drums crash like a ton of bricks, and Brooks' vocals are simply pure evil. Infierno is just a badass track on a badass album. While beginning your deep dive into Torche, be sure to give Admission a listen. And now, let's move into the tracks. The first track to hear from Torche is Kicking, which comes off of their 2012 album, Harmonicraft. High-flying, you'd think that this was a heavier and more fun version of a Foo Fighters song. That is a compliment, by the way. I mean, I did say more fun after all. The guitars flail and screech, while the bass and drums are the backbone to the insanity. Once again, Brooks' vocals are even keel when matched up to the madness of the instrumental. Kicking is the epitome of pop stoner metal, as it is easily listenable while still holding elements of sludge and doom. Next up, you need to listen to Charge of the Brown Recluse, which comes off of their debut self-titled album. This is probably the most that Torche has ever sounded like the band Floor, which, for those who don't know, was a band that many of the members of Torche were once a part of. Mostly because it is sludge metal to its core. Every aspect of this song is dark, from the hidden power of the undermixed drums to the oh-so-heavy guitar riffs. More than anything, this is a hefty piece of music that would gladly blow out any speakers that it could. Easily a required listen. To round things out, you should hear In Return, which is the title track from their 2007 release. I know I mentioned at the top of the episode that Torche has some hardcore influences, but up till this point, I don't know how evident that would have been. In Return changes all of that. This is the most punk track I will have talked about, with the crashing percussions and lightning-fast guitars and bass. Well, this holds true until about midway through the song, when everything breaks down and turns into the sludge metal that you've come to expect from Torche. A wonderfully dynamic and ambitious track. Make sure you listen to In Return. And that will do it on my coverage of Torche. Make sure to go out there and actually listen to Torche. They do put out some great stuff like I have mentioned, and they are really fun to dive into. As always, all of the albums and songs that I've talked about are located in the description box below. While you're down there, feel free to leave a comment and let me know if I picked some of your favorite Torche albums or tracks, or if you've never heard this band at all and actually decided to go listen to them, and if my suggestions helped you at all. As I always say, any feedback is good feedback, or really any interaction with the viewer is good for me to make this show better. Speaking of making this show better, feel free to leave a suggestion of an artist that you would like to see covered on this show. I do take all of your recommendations seriously, so leave it down there, and who knows, someday I might get to it. Be sure to subscribe for videos just like this every single week. Also, please check out the Forever Spinning Radio podcast, which is basically just an hour-long radio block that I put together every week or 2 weeks or, I don't know, 3 weeks, whatever it is. It comes out at some point. So that's all that I gotta say besides go listen to Torche, and make sure that you help out your local artist or local record store near you, as I'm sure they could use all of the help that they could possibly get right now. And with all of that being said, until next time, happy listening.